Hey everyone, hope you're all enjoying your Saturday so far. Mike here. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Just want to kind of go over what we're expecting and what's going on right now with this winter storm. Hopefully you're all enjoying the snow and not having any issues with it. Let us know what you're seeing in the comment section here on Facebook and also YouTube, and we'll take a look around the region here as we track this winter storm. So here's a look at what we got going on right now. There she is, the winter storm that's impacting the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast across the area. You can see all that snow across Pennsylvania, also that rain snow line edging northward. So we'll be watching that carefully as it comes on through. Danielle is saying that we're seeing snow in Carbondale. And Danielle, you're going to be seeing quite a bit of snow here as we go through the next several hours. We're still looking at those winter storm warnings in effect for everyone here. Those will start trimming off as we go through the night tonight in central Pennsylvania as the snow begins to wrap up in those areas here. But this is a look outside our studio, at least. And the good news is at least the main roads look okay. In the Wilkes-Barre area and the mountains, they're going to be a little bit more snow covered. And we'll go over road conditions as well as we go through this video. We'll just let a few more people join us here over the next couple of minutes. Temperature wise right now, we're in the upper 20s and low 30s. So the snow in the beginning was more fluffy for many of us. It's going to start becoming a little bit more of that wet, heavy snow as we go through the night to night. So you're going to start off with that lighter snow. We'll make the transition over to that wetter, heavier snow here in a bit. And there's the radar for us. All snow from Bradford, Susquehanna, and Wayne County in the Endless Mountains all the way down to Schuylkill County. So we're dealing with all the snow right now, although you can see that rain snow line getting closer and closer. I do think it will impact some of us as we go through the night tonight, especially in the Schuylkill County and southern Carbon and Monroe County area. That's where that huge gradient and the snow totals is. We'll get to all that as well, but you can see that line is edging northward as we go through the next couple of hours. I also want to show you this. This is a meso discussion from the Storm Prediction Center. We're right over it. It has it right over us. They're expecting heavy snow over the next couple of hours, and 1 to 2 per hour, inch per hour snowfall rates. So we're going to be seeing some heavy snow coming through the area. In fact, when we look at the radars and take a zoomed in closer look, you can see those darker colors starting to pop up over near Tunkhannock, Towanda, New Milford. So more moderate snow coming over the Bradford and Susquehanna County area, as well as Wyoming County at the moment. Also out by LaPorte and Sullivan County. Relatively speaking, it's lighter snow for Wilkes-Barre and Scranton at the moment here. Let's head down into the Poconos or out to central Pennsylvania, and we'll stop this as well. You can see how the heavier snow bands, the darker colors, are over there right now. So it looks like Lock Haven area getting a little bit of that heavy snow band coming through parts of Clinton County at the moment. Lickett's Creek as well there out in Lycoming County, a little bit of that darker color showing up. So we'll be watching that and zooming out. You see a lot of that dark blue down here in south central Pennsylvania. That's all moving to the north. So that is why we are expecting those heavier snowfall rates to arrive as we go through the night tonight. And that's when things are really going to start piling up across the area. We're already seeing a few inches in many of these locations, but the bigger snow totals are going to come tonight when you get all this dark blue to come into our area, especially over the Poconos, where we think the highest totals will be. Speaking of which, here's a look at what's going on in the Schuylkill County and Carbon and Monroe County areas. Relatively, again, lighter snow is speaking compared to some of the other areas, but notice by 22 there by Allentown, we're seeing that rain snow lines inching closer and closer. So we'll be watching that for you as this gets up into this area here overnight tonight. It looks like the boundary is going to be around 209. So Jim Thorpe, Pottsville, Stroudsburg, looks like you're going to be kind of where that boundary sets up. So if you are south of that, you're going to get that mixing, you're going to get that rain, so you get the lower snow totals. If you are north of that, then you're going to get the higher snow totals because you can see how it's that darker blue. And that's very common when you see that transition line. Heavy snow is usually right to the north of that rain snow line here because of just the dynamics that works with it. So that's where we're going to see some of those heavier snow totals in Carbon and Monroe County, wherever this line sets up just to the north of it there. Here's a look at some of the snowfall reports. So right now, most of them are in central Pennsylvania, but as we query them here, you can see this one is from Snyder County. As of 2:30, I already saw 2 inches of snow there in Middleburg. Just to the south there in Perry County, they got 3 inches. That was reported around 4:15, so about an hour ago. As we head out to Schuylkill County, already seeing 3 inches in Tower City. And as we head to Auburn, you can see they got 2 inches, and that was around 3:30. So they're probably closer to 2.5 to 3 at this point. We'll just take a zoom out a little bit or move over. Here's a look at the one there. It looks like in Northumberland. It is. It's actually in Northumberland City. 2.3 inches so far. So about 2.5 for you around 4 o'clock. You're probably at that point at this point there. And as we move into Danville, 2.8 inches as of 4 o'clock. So, and it's now 5. So you're probably around 3 inches, give or take, at this point with that one. So snow is right on schedule. We're seeing the accumulations that we expect, which is good news, at least from a forecast standpoint. So we're seeing those snow totals starting to come in right now. It looks like, again, for the places that just got it, they'll continue to update as we go through the night as well. But if you have any snow totals that you would like to share with us, put them in the comments, and we'll also share them with the National Weather Service so they can kind of get a broad overview of what is happening on our area. And if you are watching this from our website, if you would like to join the conversation in the comments, you do need to go to either Facebook or our YouTube page, just the Fox 56 pages, and you can just type into the comments and we'll pull them up here as well. But like I said, Danielle said it was snowing there in Carbondale, and it's also seen there as well. And Adam is saying he's in Penn Forest Township, just north of 209. It's coming down heavy, but he hasn't gotten a measurement yet there. So Adam, if you could let me know, just eyeballing it, what you think. If I had to guess, you're probably at least a couple inches at this point. I would guess, just off of what we're seeing in Pottsville's area. So let me know if you're thinking it's closer to 2, maybe 3 inches there. But yeah, 209, like I said, you're going to be right on that line of the rain snow mix. So we'll see how far north that gets overnight tonight. But I think you're going to be the boundary. You're going to be right on that line tonight. So you're either going to get a lot of snow, or you're going to get very little in terms of the range that you were expecting. It depends on where that line exactly sets up. All right, here is a look at the wind chills. If you are heading outside, we are dealing with a little bit of wind. It feels like you're in the teens for the most part. They're in the mountains in 20s as we look into the valleys across the area. So that's just a look at what we're seeing right now here. Speaking of winds, there's our current wind gusts. 31 mile per hour gusts there in Hazleton and Stroudsburg around 25, 16 mile per hour in Wilkes-Barre and Scranton, and 20s there in the mountains. So a little bit of blowing snow around with this. Obviously, that will reduce visibility and will make travel much more difficult in those areas. So please keep that in mind. If you are going to travel, it's not recommended by any stretch of the imagination tonight, but if you do have to travel, please be very careful. The roads are going to start getting very slick. Even the main roads, once those heavier snow bands come in, it's going to be more difficult for those plows to keep up. So please be careful tonight. There are speed restrictions in place too on the highways. We'll get to those here in a little bit. But I want to show you the timing. So this is what the radar somewhat looks like right now. We'll go till 6 o'clock. Notice how we're starting to see that rain snow line starting to try to peek in there into parts of Northumberland and Schuylkill County. And this model in particular brings it all the way up to Bloomsburg and into just outside of Hazleton. So we'll see how far north it gets, even a little bit there into the Wyoming Valley. We'll see if it gets that far north. But it looks like, again, down here, we're going to be watching that carefully in Schuylkill and Southern Carbon, Monroe County. We'll see if we get this far north. Questions about that, but again, anything can happen. We'll see here over the next couple of hours. Notice 10 o'clock tonight, things starting to wrap up there in central Pennsylvania. Jimmy's saying in Bradford County, about 1.5 inches so far there in Milan at the moment. So thank you guys for your reports. Please keep sending them in. It really helps us know what's going on there. So as I was saying, 10 o'clock, midnight tonight for central Pennsylvania, the heavy snow, the heavy widespread snow starts slowing down. You'll still see a few snow showers, but the heavy stuff should wrap up by midnight for you. In northeast Pennsylvania, it'll take a little bit longer, but around 2, 3 in the morning for the heavy stuff. And then those snow showers continuing as we head into your Sunday, And we can see how it overtakes the area again. Just a few snow showers tomorrow morning. Could add another inch, maybe even 2 inches in the mountains to the total. So we'll see, especially in the Poconos. There you can see a little bit of those darker blues showing up even on Sunday around 9 a.m. So This is when things really start to wrap up here. Is at that point things start to calm down, especially in central Pennsylvania, northeast Pennsylvania. You'll see the snow showers until tomorrow afternoon, and basically by dinner time Sunday, everyone is done with the snow. So that is what we're looking at in the timing with this snowstorm. So relatively speaking, it's quick, but in terms of the heavy snow, but we'll continue to see those snow showers even into tomorrow. So cleanup will be really tomorrow, late morning and afternoon if you're waiting for the whole storm there. But keep in mind that, like I said, this is going to be a powdery snow in the beginning and then transition to a heavy wet snow. And if you are going to be shoveling tomorrow, there's a couple things to keep in mind, but big one is just pace yourself. Keep yourself hydrated. Make sure that you're taking breaks as needed. I have it around here somewhere. So there we go. Just remember to shovel smart. All right. You want to be dressing obviously appropriately, stay hydrated. Only don't try to move huge amounts of this snow, and take breaks often. So just some things to keep in mind as we go through, the cleanup here, and just a couple of tips from the Weather Service on shoveling the snow. Don't lift it. Try to push it. It's a lot easier to push than to lift and throw this stuff. So that's something to keep in mind too. How much are we expecting? Well, if you missed last night's newscast, here's the totals. So 4 to 6 inches looks to be on target here as we go into central Pennsylvania. It looks like it may even be a little bit on the, I will say it does look like it's going to be closer to that 5 and 6 part, but it does look like we're right on target, at least in that area. The mountains, Bradford County, Susquehanna County, Wyoming, and Sullivan County, you're going to be around that 6 to 8. And then the Poconos and eastern mountains of Pennsylvania, anything basically east of I-81, you're going to be looking at 6 to 10. And it to be 10 inches, it looks like in Wayne, Pike, and northern Monroe County. And that's because that's that rain snow line, like I mentioned, wherever that sets up, just to the north, you're going to get dumped on. So with the snow, especially in the Poconos, because not only do you have that rain snow line helping you, you also have the mountains helping you. And keep in mind, mountains naturally, because of the way the airflow is over them, brings out moisture more. So you add the totals to that, then you add the fact the rain snow line is just around there. We're going to see those higher totals, it looks like, up in those areas. So this is what we're expecting in terms of the snow totals right now. That's what it looks like is going to happen. Adam got back to us. He said between 1 inch and 1/2 inch there and 3/4 on the deck. Okay, so we're starting to see that snow there as well. Thank you. And Brian saying hi. Hey, Brian. Hope you're enjoying the snow here as well. All right. We'll show you this graphic. This is a kind of a nice little summary for you, and this is in northeast Pennsylvania. So it started right around 2 o'clock, actually. I think when I looked outside in Wilkes-Barre, it was around 1:30, actually, is when it started to really come down. But so we're going to be seeing all the way to about 7 a.m. again on Sunday for the impactful stuff. And then we're watching for that valley mix. Valleys 4 to 6, mountains 6 to 10 plus with those snow showers as we head into Sunday. Central Pennsylvania, you're just going to instant snow a bit earlier, at least the widespread stuff. 12 o'clock tonight looks to be the cutoff for you. Valleys 4 to 6, up to 8 in the mountains, especially up by Bradford County and Susquehanna County in those areas. I do want to show this graphic here. This is the Winter Storm Severity Index, and it does take into account what a normal snowstorm would be like for us. So it does take into account that, 6 inches of snow here is a lot different than 6 inches of snow, say, in Texas or in southern Texas, because they don't get it as often, or 2 inches of snow in Florida, for example. So we're not seeing extreme impacts or even major impacts in our area. They're minor to moderate, but this is an impactful storm. So we're not going to be getting, a historic one, but enough where we will feel the impacts, obviously tonight and into tomorrow as things begin to clean up here. Ross is saying, how much snow are we going to get in Luzerne County? If you are in the valley, Ross, 4 to 6. If you're in the mountains, 6 to 8. For Luzerne County, especially to the east of I-80. And let me pull that up here for maybe some of you who just hopped on or are just joining us. So that's the map there right now. Again, like I said, in Luzerne County, you can see the mountains are going to be a little bit higher, as they typically are. and the valleys will be 4 to 6 there. Let's see here. We got another comment. Fingers crossed that we're just getting 4 inches and it all shifts to Lancaster and Philadelphia. Well, they're going to be getting more of that rain and snow mix. So unfortunately, we're going to be getting the snow if you don't like snow. If you love snow, then this is your storm. And it's been a while. In fact, the last time we hit 6 inches of snow in Wilkes-Barre and Scranton was March of 2022. So it's been a while since we've hit 6 inches. And the reason why 6 inches is the number that we're using is because it's winter storm criteria. For our area, you need 6 inches of snow for heavy snow to trigger the winter storm warning. So that is what we're looking out there. Looks like a few more storm reports are coming in. So let's see if we what we got here. See if we get any more to pop up from the National Weather Service. It might take a little bit. Harvey's Lake looks like 2.5 so far for you. 1 inch in Brownstown there in Bradford, just to the southwest of, and then, so these are, we're starting to see some more of these reports coming in to your area. You might see them pop up. So there's a look at Bradford County, that 1 inch snowfall near Wyalusing. We had this one here. Oh, make it so you guys can actually read it. Harvey's Lake, 2.5, and notice the rate, 1 inch per hour now. So we are seeing that heavy snow moving in to our area. Those higher snow total or higher or heavier snow bands are going to be moving in. And Wayne County, so far about 0.3 inches, so 0.3 of an inch so far. And that, notice the time was around 3:10 this afternoon, so it's probably higher than that at this point in those areas. Let's go back to this. This is the radar and the satellite. You can see, across the entire area, everyone dealing with that snow. There's what we got going on in central Pennsylvania. And Josh, you were actually driving out today. How were the roads for you?
I started driving at around 3 o'clock today. So we saw a lot of, the snow as it was coming down. Yeah. There was, people were driving slower. Some of the roads were treated, so we got that going for us. I was mostly in Wilkes-Barre City, Plains area. Wilkes-Barre Township. So, I saw trucks on the road, people were driving slow, just, be cautious as the snow keeps going.
Yeah. And I have to say they've been doing a very good job so far, at least with the roads, which is good news, at least on the main roads here. So I like the snow that we had around Christmas is what Ross is saying here. I think. Did we get snow around Christmas? Oh, we did just before. Sorry, my mind is all over the place right now with that. All right, so anyway, here's central Pennsylvania with the radar. We'll pause it here. Those heavier snow bands now coming in the dark blues. So we got one Cogan House, Williamsport, a little bit of that more moderate snow just outside Lock Haven, it looks like, in the north of Lamar. Getting some of that heavier snow. Here's a look at Snyder and Union. Oh, pulled a little too far south. Snyder and Union County. You see, again, a little bit more of that moderate snowfall. So you're probably looking anywhere from 0.5 inch to 1 inch per hour rate at this point. All this, though, oh, that's coming our way. And that's going to pile up quick. Okay, here's a look from the Binghamton radar in New York. And you can see those dark blues in Bradford County. So Bradford County is starting to see some more of that heavier snow coming through, and so is Susquehanna County. Now, part of it is also because the radar beam is lower to the ground, so it's probably picking up the heavier snow a lot better in these areas. You see when you zoom out how it drops off in color, and that's because the radar beam is going higher and higher the farther you get away. So it's possible that's also the reason why it looks lighter to the south on the radar image, at least. But we're seeing the snow for everyone. And here's a look at the timing for, again, those of you who may have just popped on. We are going to watch that rain snow line coming into Schuylkill County, maybe a little bit there into southern Northumberland County. We'll see how far north this gets here. It is possible. I mean, we do have the valleys here, and that air could very well ride up the valley. So we may get a little bit of a mixing here as we go into Wilkes-Barre. Looks like, if anything, Wilkes-Barre will be the farthest point north in the valleys that it get it. So Scranton should be all snow for you. But also notice how we have that rain snow line again in the Poconos. and then everything pulls away as we head into tomorrow, and we have those isolated snow showers, or more of those snow showers in general, continuing to tomorrow morning and also tomorrow afternoon. So there's a look at that. If you're wondering how much additional snowfall we can expect on top of what we already got, this is what at least the graph model is saying here. So it's saying additional 3 to 5 up in Susquehanna and Wayne County. I'm not quite sure why this might be coming in, because this doesn't look like it's full here. So we will looking at that, and we'll see if that fills in here. It could be filling in right now, but that looks too low here because we got that heavy snow that's going to come in, and it's going to come in. Here's a look at the HRRR model, or the HRRR model, as some of you may know it as. You could see this has probably a better idea. Now, it is saying Honesdale getting up close to a foot of snow. We'll see. It's possible you get a few places up there that get near the 12-inch mark, but we'll see. Same thing in Dingman. Tunkhannock, probably a little too high for you there, but Wilkes-Barre and Scranton, that's probably going to be what your actual total is there. So I get the idea. We're still going to get the accumulating snowfall as we go through the next couple of hours, or next several hours here and throughout the area. I also want to just mention this. So we are going to see more winter storms coming our way later in the week, Tuesday and Wednesday. So I know everyone's focused obviously on today and tonight, and that's great, but we are going to be dealing with heavy rain next week on Tuesday and also into Wednesday, and that could lead to some flooding concerns. And Cheryl is saying that we in Lehman, they got 2 inches so far. So Cheryl, thank you for that. So here's a look at, again, the rain chances. You can see we get a break Monday, but then another storm comes in on Tuesday and Wednesday, a break Thursday, and then rain chances go back up as we head towards the upcoming weekend. So we're going to continue to see more and more of these patterns, or these storm systems coming through. Here's a look at the one for midweek. So again, Monday is dry. For those of you who maybe want to go outside, need to do anything, you'll be fine. But as we head into Tuesday afternoon, notice again another winter storm coming. This one will be, looks like a mix to rain. So it's not going to last very long. Temperatures are going to jump into the 40s. It's also going to be an all rain event, or mostly a rain event with this one here. Now notice as we go into Tuesday night, some very heavy rain coming through and going into Wednesday morning. In fact, as we look at the excessive rainfall outlook, this is 4 days out. We already are seeing, in our area at least, a marginal, which is a 1 out of 4 risk across the Endless Mountains and also central Pennsylvania. Northeast Pennsylvania and Poconos, you're looking around a slight, which is 2 out of 4. And then we also have what is very rare normally. It's uncommon to see these even on a day 1 risk, but we already see a moderate risk there in North Jersey and parts of New York State here. So we'll be watching that carefully. It's when you see this 4 days out, you need to pay attention because flooding is a concern in the area. They don't issue this 4 days out just because. It means that something is really going to come together, and there's a very good chance that we could end up dealing with some flooding concerns as we go into North Jersey on Tuesday and into Tuesday night. And obviously you could see how it does include parts of our area. So we'll be watching that as we go into the next couple of days. So I just want to put that on everyone's radar that we're not done once the snow moves out. We have another storm system, and that one will be rain. But it's also going to melt all the snow. So you add the rain, you add the snow, you can see why flooding is a possibility again on Tuesday into Tuesday night, and we'll deal with that closer when it gets here across our area. So let's look at the radar again. You can stop it right here. Yeah, I think this gives you a better picture of those darker blues coming in here. So if you are in Snyder and Union County, it looks like a band is going to be heading your way pretty soon. You got this one that's moving this direction. So that'll be coming through. And then also some moderate snow there, and across pretty much the entire area, we're seeing that moderate snow at this point right now. So Chris is saying that they got 1 3/4 there up in Susquehanna County. Chris, I'm not quite sure where you are in Susquehanna County. If you could let me know, but we're going to continue to see that snow come down throughout the next several hours here with this one. And again, you can even actually, let's pull this back here. Yeah, you can see that line trying to make its way northward. So if you know anyone in Philadelphia, they're just getting heavy rain coming through Philadelphia right now, and the suburbs of Philadelphia. Once you get out of basically Bucks County and it looks like Montgomery County areas, that's where the line is right now. If you know the Philly area, so north of Doylestown, there is where it is. Zooming in a little more, Quakertown. All right, so Quakertown's the line at the moment. This is going to eventually push into the Allentown, Bethlehem area, and then we'll get it up in here as we watch this line, and also near Reading. So we'll be watching that inch forward and forward. Chris is saying he's in Kingsley. Okay, so 1 3/4 there in Kingsley so far. Saw a few more of those reports come in. I think we had one in Lycoming County, so we'll show you that one here. And they're going to keep coming in all night with this. So in addition to how much snow you guys are getting, let me know, what do you like to do with the snow? Do you like to actually go out and enjoy it, or do you just want it to melt and be done with it? Here, I'll tell you personally, if I had it my way, this would be our storm, and then we just go to 70s. One good snowstorm where you get all the wintry scenes, you get to do all the winter stuff, and then you go back to the 70s. That's how I would like it. But I know a lot of you like the snow. So, Josh, how are you? Are you that way? Do you like the snow or no?
I like it when I'm not driving in it.
Yeah. Speaking of people who I think you like snow, don't you? You hate snow.
I am.
Alicia just walked in.
Hello.
Say hi to our friends.
Hi.
So since you just went on a drive, how are the roads?
So I will be honest, it was a little spooky driving, I'm not gonna lie, but it's not awful. I mean, you can see the crews are really, really hard at work right now, so that's awesome. But I would definitely recommend everybody stay off the roads, please.
All right.
I already saw a bunch of ambulances and cop cars, so just please be safe.
Oh man, hopefully that's not because people are spinning out and stuff. But
Right. I didn't see anything yet, but I'm just hoping everyone please stay off the roads, please.
Yeah. All right, you just got it right there from Alicia on what the roads are. So here's a look at some of those other storm reports. So that was the one in Snyder County. Here's the one in Williamsport, Montoursville. 2.4 inches there in Montoursville so far. Up by the Back Mountain area in Harvey's Lake, we had the 2.5 at the rate of 1 inch per hour. So at this point, you're probably closer to 3.5. And Wadalusing, there's that 1 inch from 4:30. All right, looks like I think we're all caught up on the. Oh, nope, I missed one. Here's the one up in Wayne County. 0.3. Oh, we did miss that one. Okay, I think so we're all caught up with those. Cool. Here is a look. Let's actually go over the roads. So here's 511 PA for those of you who need the road conditions. This is a good website. It's just 511pa.com. All you have to do. And you get all this here. And you actually even get traffic cameras. So let's see if we can get the videos to pop up here. This is up exit 209 there on 81. That's what it looks like up there right now. So you can see, obviously, snow-covered roadways, trucks going slow. Looks like that car hopefully is going pretty slow. Right there. So that was the Gibson exit. Down the highway, let's take a look here. This is Glenwood, Lennoxville. Looks like right there, the roads are pretty good. So that's good news there. And then here is what we got going on in Wilkes-Barre. So 309, right before the bridge. That's what it looks like right now in Wilkes-Barre at 309. So around exit 3. Again, you can see the snow, especially on the side of the roads there, but wet roads, just be careful as you are driving throughout the area tonight, please. Just like Alicia said, if you can avoid it, please just stay home. It's not worth it. There's a look at North DuPont and Pittston areas. They're really doing a good job on the roadways here, which is good, which is great. I mean, they I will say this: they know how to plow. They know how to plow up here. If you go down south, their idea of plowing is letting the sun do it. And I'm not kidding when I say that. No, seriously, they just let the sun do it. I try driving a Nissan Versa on, no joke, 5 inches of packed snow up a hill. That was interesting. I'm surprised the car actually made it. But here is also, look at another one. This is Clark Summit. So here's Clark Summit area. So it's still getting a little bit of the grassy surfaces, it looks like there. And let's see, close it. Let you know my, so let's see, Ross is saying, let you know my own Valley Mall is closed and Dixon City Mall is closed to store. Okay. And so they just issued the climate report. That's what you're seeing there. We'll get rid of that. We'll clear those. There we go. So let's look at some of the road cameras. Take this off for you guys. Linda's saying thank you, Linda. Appreciate it, and appreciate you guys sticking around with me. You know, it's been over a half hour, and some of you have been on this whole time, so I appreciate it. If you are driving, or you know people who may be driving, especially we have a lot of people who know truckers in this area, there are speed restrictions in place. So these are all the speed restrictions that are active right now, are the highlighted ones. So there's a speed restriction along 81. There's what look at what it is. I think you guys can see this. Hopefully. Anyway, it says from Stroudsburg and New York State line on 81 here. So all tier 3 vehicles, there's restrictions in place. So just be careful, please, while you're driving. There, let's look at this one. 45 mile per hour along 84. 81 to 84, there's 45 mile per hour speed limit now. 380, it looks like. So a lot of those speed restrictions in place across the area, where the highway has now gone down to 45. So just keep that in mind. The other thing too, I want to remind everyone on this, because it's, I don't know why, but it seems like a lot of people forget, clean off the top of your cars. Please clean off the top of your cars tomorrow if you, or tonight. And in case you aren't aware, you can get pulled over for that. So make sure that you clean off the tops of your cars. It looks like, I don't know why, but everyone seems to forget that that exists when they are cleaning off their cars. They do the windows and the mirrors and everything, but they forget the top of their car. I don't know why, but you can get pulled over for that. So, and plus the fact if it falls off and hits the car behind you, you can be liable. So please, like I said, clean them off, or else people are going to be very unhappy with you. See if we have any other of those speed restrictions, at least what they're saying. Turnpike has one. All right. So we got one there in the Turnpike. 45 miles per hour on the Northeast Extension. And winter weather. Okay. So that looks like that might be all of them at the moment here with those speed restrictions in place. I think I got them all.
Yeah, we got an email about it.
All the highways going down to 45?
It's basically 6 counties.
Yeah. Okay. And then you also see how they're all again going out towards central Pennsylvania there too with them. All right. Well, guys, I think that kind of wraps everything up for right now. So we can do another one here later tonight when things, we get a little bit more changes here, but we'll go through your precipitation one more time, and I'll make it bigger so you can actually see what the heck is on the screen. You don't have to squint. So here's again the radar across the area where you're dealing with that moderate to heavy snow that will continue over the next several hours once it decides to load. And just keep that in mind tonight. A good night just to stay inside, run the fireplace or the pellet stove if you got one. Here as that moderate snow now starting to move into the area. Same thing in central Pennsylvania, although it looks like we may be starting to get a little bit of a break there in northern Clinton County. Sorry, forgot about that for a second. In Clinton County up by Renovo, maybe a little bit of a dry air mixing in there, shutting things off for you. But we'll see more of that snow as we head through tonight and tomorrow. And that rain snow line getting closer. So we'll be watching that too as it goes into Schuylkill County and Carbon Monroe County. I will say if that rain snow line does move in, does look like it'll occur within the next 1 to 2 hours. So if we look at the timing of this here, You'll see again, pretty much within the next hour, it starts to move into the area, and then it will move out as we go through the night here. So just something to keep in mind across those areas. And here's one final look at your snow totals of what we're expecting. Does look like everything is on track with that. So we'll be watching that carefully. You can see, though, that little bit of 2 to 4 right on the border of Susquehanna County, or Schuylkill County, excuse me, Schuylkill County. That's supposed to represent the rain snow line for you. So again, right wherever that line is in Schuylkill and Monroe and Carbon, if you're on the north side, you're going to get a lot of snow. If not, then you're going to probably not be happy. It's going to be a slushy mess. So, and in the mountains of eastern Pennsylvania, you will be the winners this time around. You're looking 6 to 10 inches plus. Would not be surprised if we see a few people get over that 10-inch mark by the time everything is said and done. But I think that's about everything got for you guys right now here. Thank you for joining us on this Facebook Live, as well as YouTube and our website. Anything changes, we will let you know. Until then, guys, we'll bring you your forecast tonight at 10. But have a great rest of your night. Stay safe, and see you later.